All right, fire signs. My Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and get you guys done. Why is this so... Hold on. Sorry, guys. I had to pause it for like a second because I don't know why the... Let me just do this. I don't know if that's going to help or not, but it just feels like there's like no fucking light. There's like no brightness to my phone. Anyways, I can't stand phones sometimes. It's the Mercury retrograde. You know, like when Mercury retrograde hits, it's like forget about it. You know, devices start to go a fucking ride. Like it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyways, my fire signs. Welcome to your weekly for the week of August 21st, 2023. We're going to dig into a couple different things that might be going on for you guys this week or upcoming, like maybe what could be going on in your mind space, heart space. And then we're also just going to dig into everybody's money as well. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to do some angel tarot for this particular thing. And we're just going to see what's up. So for my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for my fire signs, what's going on for them this week? Some of you need to just say sorry. I just heard like, tell some of them to just say sorry. Some of you just need to say sorry. My Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you just need to really bite the bullet and say sorry. You know, whether that be for the part that you played in something or whether that be for the way that you reacted to something, right? Again, even if you felt the need that you were correct or even if you felt that you were justifiable in things that you've done, some of you just need to apologize. It's because what it is, it's practicing, right? You see, look at that. As I'm saying, needing to apologize, look what comes out for you guys. Drama. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, whether it's really just a lesson for you guys to learn that sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? My fucking bad. Like, I didn't mean to react like that. Or my bad. Like, I didn't mean to get loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. Whether it was justified or not. You see? Look at this. And look what you guys are getting about balance. Look at this. The drama and the balance. Meaning, and it says right here, it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and I do so without judgment, right? Again, what did I just say? What did I literally just say? I literally just said, some of you just need to fucking apologize. Whether or not you felt that you were in the wrong or not. It's really just, it's a lesson for you guys to learn that sometimes you do just have to bite the bullet and say, you know what? My fucking bad. My bad. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We could have spoken about it like adults. You know what I'm saying? We could have been chill. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we got to think about that. What else from my fire signs this week? Some of you could have some old healing that's happening. Whether or not it could be from your childhood, right? Like whether or not some of you grew up with your parents or not. Or whether or not maybe some of you just found out that you were like, you know, adopted or raised by other people or whatever. But there's definitely some of you that are going through some sort of old wounds here when it comes to parents, okay? When it comes to parents specifically, like older adults, parents specifically. I'm getting parents specifically. So some of you could be diving into that this week, like really thinking about stuff. Yeah. See? Look at that. Secrets afraid to share. Some of you, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it could be something going on specifically with some of you, like where you got into a tiff about somebody finding out a secret about you or like what have you. That's what I'm saying. Like some of you, I feel like some of you always hold some stuff in that nobody knows and that you don't want anybody to know. And it just creates a lot of anger within you. You know what I'm saying? That people don't understand. And they're not gonna understand, especially if you just hide yourself and you like have this facade and that you don't really show like who you truly are. That could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? For yourself, really for your growth, for yourself. Having secrets that you're afraid to share because of judgment, right? And again, it's talking about you having balance, meaning bringing a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Clear as day. Yep. Some of you really, okay, so some of you this week are really dealing with this. Some of you really have this thing that you're dealing with here when it comes to abandonment issues and abandonment wounds. And some of you, it could be, again, not with the parents, right? Like I feel like a small percentage of you, it's in regards to not parents, right? Like it's just in regards to people, period, like walking away, like maybe somebody not wanting to deal with your energy, like somebody not wanting to deal with your shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's for some of you, it's for that. But some of you, like a really big chunk of you, I feel like are really dealing with this like abandonment thing when it comes to parents, right? Like I said, whether you were raised by parents or not, right? Like, meaning like whether you were raised by your parents, they gave birth to you or not, or you were raised by other people, but there's something happening here for some of you in regards to that. Like, there's definitely this energy here that something's, you know, coming up, something's being wrapped up, like, you know, coming up into your heart space, like something's definitely popping up here. And it makes sense as to why I'm picking up on this energy with the drama. Like, it makes sense. And it makes sense about the judgment. It makes sense about the lashing out. It makes sense about, you know, having like the drama, you know, in the thing. It makes sense. It's starting to make sense to me, because that's literally what it feels like. Like, it feels like it's just this really huge kind of like abandonment mood that's going on for some of you. Well, I feel like for a lot of you, I do feel like for a lot of you, like I said, for a small portion of you, I feel like it's just people in general, you know, like it could be friends, family, whatever. But for a good portion of you, I'm feeling like it's that abandonment thing in regards to parents, right? Because what I also want to make sure that I say is that even for some of you that did grow up with parents, right? What happens is that they probably weren't as involved as you wanted them to be, so then it still creates that abandonment wound, right? Because a lot of people think, well, no, my parents were in the house, you know, like I grew up with my parents, but then it's like you don't realize, oh shit, I grew up with my parents, they were together, like I was, you know, I was there, they were there, but they never paid attention to me. Like, I didn't get the affection that I wanted, or they didn't take an interest, like in my interest, you know, I raised myself. Like, so I want to be very clear about that's why this is popping up for some of you. So I know some of you are sitting there thinking, no, but I grew up with my parents, but this is why that's happening. You know, even though some of you may have grown up with them, that's probably what went down in your home, like not being paid attention to, not taking interest, and, you know, feeling like if you're the adult, feeling like you're the parent, right? Like, there's so many different things that I'm feeling here with this, like it's crazy, but there's definitely something that needs to be worked on here. All right, so just focus on that this week. Now, mind you, we are in a lot of retrogrades. There's a lot of planets in retrograde. We're still in Venus retrograde, and we're just entering the actual dates of Mercury retrograde, because we were only in a shadow period. But that bitch was hard too. Okay, so now we're actually getting into it. So just be super mindful of that, guys, because it's causing a lot of people to go like bonkers. Like, it's really causing a lot of feels. People are getting in their feels. Listen, myself included. Okay, I'm an Aries moon, and I was angry. Plus, I was crying. Like, it was just, it's been rough. You know what I'm saying? But for these things to come up is amazing, because then it gives you an opportunity to really dig deep as to how you can heal those wounds. All right, how can you take accountability? How can you heal? How can you grow? How can you elevate from these experiences? All right, so just be mindful of that. All right, now let's look into money for my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's look into money. You deserve more money, and you drive. I was like, you drive? I'm like, no, I'm not reading that good. You are financially being taken advantage of. All right, so there's two things that I'm getting here with this, okay? Two things that I'm getting here with this. First of all, there are some of you, which I know how you guys are. There are some of you that are really, really, really super great when it comes to helping people out, you know, giving a helping hand, you know, like if you got it, I got it, like no problem. But what some of you have to understand is that sometimes when you're doing something repeatedly, right? Like if you're constantly giving a helping hand, or you're constantly being helpful, you know, the one time that you can't do it is the one time that people are going to remember. They're not going to remember all the other times that you were nice and generous and, you know, possibly, you know, doing things for them. They're not going to remember that. I assure you, I see it all the time, especially in my own life. Like I see it all the time where you are so nice, you're so generous, you do what you can for people, but then it's like the one time that you have to put your foot down about something, or the one time that you feel like you have to speak up about something to protect yourself, you know what I'm saying? People really lose their mind in regards to it, because then they won't remember all the good that you did. It's almost like it all goes out the window. And I know that that's sad, guys. I know it's sad, and I know it's not fair, but that's the way that it is, because we still live in a world where people are not healed, where people are still growing and developing and listening and, you know, trying to change and heal and get to know things about themselves. So unfortunately, that's the reality of it, right? You can't control another person's healing. Now, for others of you, that's why it's also saying you deserve more money, right? Because you deserve to keep the money, you deserve to keep the blessings, and stop being so damn generous, because you're going to find yourself being fully drained, especially energetically when it comes to money, and you can't afford that, guys. All right, so just be really super mindful of that. My Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, just be super, super mindful about your pocket and the way that you're blessing others, and the way that you're also receiving the blessings in return. All right, so please be mindful of that this week. Love you guys, and have a good week.